question of the part, is Lost.jpg the greatest meme of all time? Like, it's so infinitely, like, redoable that, like... Oh, yeah, normal, that's right. By the way, I have the strat guide for this.
Yeah?
Like, literally. I was looking at it earlier. So, if you need it, I got the strat guide.
First thing about this game, it has the worst audio mixing of all time. It's like a movie times 10 in terms of that. Everything being too quiet and then...
infiltrated under the guise of a researcher as planned.
So, like, the action is crazy.
I've encountered no information regarding top secret...
But the talking is so quiet.
So if I had the volume, like, the volume is 3 times louder than when we started it. So if I did it, the first, like, input for starting a new game when the dinosaur roars, it would have just blew your eardrums out.
During the course of an experiment 3 years ago. The reports were premature, and it appears that he is currently working with...
So this is Dino Crisis. This is Agent
The
Tom.
experiment is in the late
Great
stages
name.
of development.
Agent Tom to
Regarding the space
Dino
accident
Crisis.
of
And,
it appears that this country is...
Yeah, so Dino Crisis is a cool game.
you're going after... It's like Resident Evil with dinosaurs. You're going after... Trying to find this guy, Dr. Kirk.
Refer to the data on Dr. Kirk.
Yeah, I wanted to do this game because, after playing Resident Evil Remake, I was just like, I want to play more of these games. But Spencer's already done, like, almost all the Resident Evils. So I was like, let's do this. I remember this game being fun, but I really didn't remember almost anything about it.
So Dr. Kirk is 32 years old, and he is the head of, I think, a thing called Third Energy. And they're trying to create this, like, new form of energy, but he was killed in a lab explosion because RIP. But Agent Tom, who was down at Third Energy, was like, wait a minute. I saw him, I'm pretty sure. So now you have to secure Dr. Kirk. Did you press anything, or did that go? It's funny.
Yeah, the first time I played that, I was like,
I feel... So graphics are pretty good in this game. This is like a 1999er or something like that.
This one came out in 1998, I think, which is
okay.
a year before Resident Evil 3. The interesting thing about this is that, obviously Resident Evil, all of them for the PS1 are pre-rendered backgrounds, but this game's in full 3D and actually looks really good. In fact, I'm going to say that this is probably like top 5 best looking PS1 games on the system.
It's funny because there's a sequel that doesn't look as good. And Dino Crisis 2, if I remember correctly, goes back to pre-rendered backgrounds.
Yeah, I don't remember. I do want to play Dino Crisis 2, and probably I'll beat it, because I think a lot of people don't give that game a chance. Even this game, like, obviously they were, like, riding high on the Resident Evil formula and how popular it was, but even this game is very different from Resident Evil.
This game's very unique. The inventory system is very one of a kind. And much more than Resident Evil, it's a fight, it's a flee instead of fight kind of thing. Cause like we were complaining that zombies take 6 or 7 shots. Yeah, right.
Yeah, like the most basic of the dinosaurs, which I guess are the velociraptors. And the problem is that you'll see that Regina like shoots her handgun so terribly.
So Gale is God and Rick is a baby.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing... I want to do both paths, but I think I'm going to do Rick first.
I like...
Or Gale.
Gale.
I meant
yeah,
to say
Gale's the blonde guy. He's like the... I was reading this earlier in the strategy guide. He's like 32 or 33, but he's like the seasoned, grizzled veteran.
Yeah, that's a very Japanese thing to be like, oh, you're 30, therefore you're like in your mid-50s.
And Regina's like... Well, actually, let me pull it out. I have it literally right on top.
I bet she's like 20.
I think it's more like 23, but I'm gonna double check. The official strategy guide from Prima.
That's a T-Rex, dude.
Regina's 23. She's 5'8".
Ooh, that strategy guide looks actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's actually kind of nice, except for the actual strategy guide part. Like, I don't like how they have it broken up into a bunch of like mini pictures. Anyway, she's 5'8". Gale is 35.
This is the first checkpoint. Playtime is officially over, kiddies. Something's wrong. The lights in the guardhouse are out.
Maybe this has been a wild night.
You can even hear the C is too loud.
Yeah. It's just
you can't hear it, we can't hear it either.
He said, "Stay here, Junior."
Hey, did you hear what he just called?
Forget about it. Just let Gale handle this.
All right. It's clear.
So Gale's 35, and he's 5'11". So 35
What? He's a manlet?
to a Japanese thing, it might as well be 85.
Oh, so 5'11" to
let's
the
do
Japanese
this.
is like 8 foot
I'll
2.
Yeah.
infiltrate the facility and occupy the control room on the first floor.
I like how the height's on here, just
I should have
because.
access to all the security systems from there. I'll contact you as soon as I've cleared the room.
And then Rick is 25, and he's 5'8". Yikes. So that's the kind of stuff you get from the official strategy guide.
The brass is still warm.
I don't think I ever realized how bad the audio mixing is
These
on
guards
this.
were shooting at something very recently.
So who were they fighting?
This wasn't much of a fight. I don't think these guards hit anything before getting sliced and diced. Whatever they were shooting at came in.
And of
through
course, no
there.
subtitles.
Ripped
Yeah,
right
I was
through
gonna
the
say,
steel
it doesn't
fence.
matter if there's subtitles. Like, I've watched plenty of badly
But I still say you could have been.
mixed movies. If it has subtitles, it really doesn't matter.
Still need to figure out what happened here. Continue to sweep the area.
Luckily, all the dialogue is just, we're investigating this place. Oh, look at these bite marks on this steel fence. That's pretty interesting.
Gale's such a seasoned veteran that he's like, bite marks, huh? Interesting. Yeah, this game has, like, unbelievably unique inventory system. It's just like,
Yeah, we'll get into the inventory.
yeah, we'll see more as it goes on. It's hard to explain until you like see it go through. It's all about combining.
Yeah.
Every single thing is about combining.
Mixing is so good.
So much so that if you weren't mixing, you would be DOA.
Rick here. I'm in.
I'm in.
The place is deserted, though. I have
For my curiosity, can you skip cutscenes or no?
How's the progress
In-game
going with that
cutscenes like
security
this,
system?
no. The beginning cutscenes, yes.
Wow, imagine speedrunning this game. Having to watch these damn cutscenes.
Yeah, at least you can skip the debriefing and the beginning FMV, but everything else I don't think so.
Because Resident Evil, you can skip all cutscenes, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can skip all cutscenes.
Hang on. What are you doing here?
I caught the last part of your conversation.
By the way, I found a key.
Hand it over. Let's head outside.
Thanks, Gale. So more than probably any other game of this time period, you really want to run away from everything possible. I don't know if enemies reappear later, but like fighting even a single enemy, unless it's in a really close proximity, is like really bad.
Yeah, and the very annoying thing is that because this came out before Resident Evil 3, and obviously Resident Evil 3 started the 180 turn, this game doesn't have that, and can make things very frustrating. That's like the only complaint I have about this game, because otherwise it's pretty cool.
What?
But I really wish I had the quick turn so
That's
badly.
disgusting.
This guy's been eviscerated. Something tore his intestines straight out.
Look at those tooth marks. It had to be some sort of animal.
Okay, let's move on.
I guess the other complaint
Gale.
I might have with this game is that the environments are pretty boring because it takes place mostly in a lab.
Yeah. It's pretty easy to forget where you're going.
Yeah. Let's start again.
I'll stand guard here. You go inside and take a look around.
That seems convenient.
And also, every single... So, unlike Resident Evil games where the puzzles are, like, very specific and ingenious, this one is, a lot of it is, like, getting codes and using the code in certain places. So it's, like, fetch quests for codes, if that makes sense.
And, like, there's very basic puzzles like this. Like, you'll see on the side that everything's color coded already. So it's just, you just do it. Oh, look, it's red, blue, green, white. Okay, I did it.
Based. Although it is the first thing they ask you to do in the entire game, so...
But yeah, most of the puzzles are remembering codes in memos that you find that you don't even put in your inventory. You just have to, like, make a mental note or write it down. And those type of puzzles are just not fun. And especially when you have this game so high risk, it is stressful.
Gale turns down volume. After playing, actually, this has pretty fast door loading screens, all things considered.
Yeah, not bad.
But after playing RE3 on PC and being able to skip all the door animations, going back is really difficult.
Yeah, especially since this actually has to render things, where RE is just a pre-rendered with some models over it.
You gonna run?
By the way, I think if you start on easy, you get an assault rifle, so that'd be cool if I had that. But who plays on easy mode?
Literally me, except for these games. Dude, that music sounded like Resident Evil 1 basement theme.
The music actually sort of sounds like basement theme sometimes.
Better than that. So that's essentially the whole game.
So
It's
another
just,
thing,
like, you run
another
away
thing
from
about
stuff.
these Velociraptors, they are very aggressive, and they will follow you a lot through rooms.
180 turn would have helped there.
Yes, I did turn the wrong way, but still, 180 turn would make it so nicer. So much nicer.
Oh my god. Does it finally give up here?
Yeah, it doesn't want to jump over that fence for some
I'm
reason.
dumb now.
Good news. I got the control system back online. What's the situation over there?
It's Gale. I lost him.
So is Regina anyone's waifu?
Did you run into some guards?
Regina's
You
not,
look up
like,
this.
mentioned a
He's
lot,
attacked by some kind
but
of
is she
dinosaur.
even in 2? I think she is in 2.
I think so.
I don't know. I assume she's in 3 maybe as well.
I don't know about 3. I mean,
Yeah,
that,
maybe
that game
not.
is so
joke.
weird.
We were
I
just
do want to.
attacked by a big-ass
I want to see
lizard.
what that game's deal is. Everyone hates it, obviously, but I want to give it a chance.
Yeah, Dino Crisis 3 is just Dino Crisis in space, but it's like the arcade version. Go to this nondescript room. Okay. The movements in this game obviously remind me of Resident Evil, of course, but also remind me of Parasite Eve. Which have I done that before on
No,
LPs?
I don't think so.
Mm.
I've been waiting for you to do Parasite Eve so I can LP Parasite Eve too.
I've thought about it before. The only thing is, like, I'm not skipping any of the story, and there's a lot of stories,
Yeah,
so that would be like a long
It
one.
would be a long one, but I think it'd be fun eventually.
Like, there's some stuff I could probably do off screen, but like, if you skip
like
any
leveling,
of the,
but that's it.
yeah, like leveling. But if you skip any of the story, you're like, why even play the game? Like, why even show it as an LP? Because it's all about that store, John. Wish I had a grapple hook. I heard that those are random a lot of times.
What?
Like, those in the hallway, like random, like, items.
Yeah, I played through this 2 or 3 times now, and it seems like it is sort of random.
That's what it says in this track guide.
Because
Status.
whenever I followed a guide, it would be like, pick up this item here. I'm like, are they playing on easy mode? And it seemed like it was like half they're playing on easy mode, half it's just
exactly
random.
happened to Gale? You said that he was attacked by a dinosaur?
Say,
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I just hope he's still alive. Anyway, our first priority is to complete the mission.
What we ought to do is just call in the chopper and get off this death trap.
That's a great idea, but Cooper has the radio, and he's missing.
dang, Cooper.
Hey, what's with this monitor?
That's the security monitor for the underground area. The camera's offline.
So I take it that means power still hasn't been restored to the area.
Exactly. They must have that area wired to a different power system than the ground level.
We can investigate that area after we finished our sweep of the ground level.
Okay, then I'll take care of the shutters that are blocking the way. You work your way in, grab the dock, and then rendezvous back.
Tell you what,
I'm sure it's gonna be that easy.
I'll sit in this room, And you do everything. So this game also has very weird save system.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was this room literally.
All I want to know is where those things are coming from.
What? I can't hear you over the clacking.
No one seems quite as freaked out as I would be. Like, I'm not gonna say that they don't like mention it, but they're like essentially like, a dinosaur, huh? Huh. Well, I mean that's no good. Like that's the level that they're at. Oh, this is the room. Yeah. So like, you literally nice. Imagine getting the shotgun 5 seconds into something.
Yeah, and even the shotgun isn't very good.
So this game, you only save when you enter and exit certain rooms. So there's no typewriters. You can save as many times as you want, but only in very specific rooms, like right here.
Yeah, so the good thing is that you can obviously do it as much as you want, but it is pretty weird how it works.
Wait, what does that say? Continues. You only have 5 continues in this game? Wow.
What, for dying? I've never died, so I don't know.
That's what it says, 5. I wonder how the continues work. Because at that point, I would just reset.
Did I get a plug?
No, did you get that? Did you get the item that was next to the body?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a hidden plug. So plugs are pretty essential in this game. They unlock basically what is the like security boxes in Resident Evil, but they're very weird and they're color coded, but the colored ones connect to each other. It's very weird. So, but yeah, plugs open these emergency boxes, and they have lots of good
My
stuff.
God. Oh, also your inventory is very limited.
Yeah, you only have 10 slots, and you can only hold like those med packs. You can only hold 2 of them. So yeah, it's not very.
I feel like half of this game is just knowing the inventory system. Cause like yeah, you get so like in Resident Evil you get like 8 slots, right? And in this one you get 10 slots, but it's still like.
So this is sort of showing firsthand how good mixing is. So just recovery aid to these 2 med packs makes 3 of the med packs.
And stop bleeding.
And then we're just gonna do it again. So I have 6 full
God.
heals already.
But how many slots does that take?
It takes a lot. And you do have to like manually sort them sometimes. So that's pretty weird.
And these e-boxes, they don't link, right?
They kind of like I was sort of explaining, like they're color coded between green, red, and yellow, I believe, and you can access the green boxes from other green boxes.
On.
But yeah, it's kind of weird.
That's like unnecessary. Like I feel like you should just be like they either link or they don't. Which if they don't, you're like okay, it adds an extra, you know. It's like they were like, well, we don't want to make it too hard, you know. I don't know how many save rooms there are in the game, but it's not a lot. Like on the first floor, it might only be that one, potentially.
Regina, I took care of the shutter. You should be able to access the control panel now.
Yeah.
Ready? That was quick. Thanks.
Hey girl, just get going.
This music's the goat.
So there is a Velociraptor in here. Hey, buddy.
This is definitely the best thing to do in the game. Although it does not hurt.
So look at Regina's. Look at how she shoots.
Shouldn't you? I don't know anything about guns, but shouldn't you use like 2 hands? Right? No? Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe.
Does that mean it's not dead since you're looking at it?
Yeah, so this Velociraptor is also play dead sometimes, so they're just super scary. So if I didn't kill that Velociraptor, it would attack me in this sealed room, and I do not want that. So it'd be funny to show you, but not fun for me in any way.
Yeah, I feel like this game has a lot of... I don't want to say branching paths in that, like, crazy amount of endings and stuff, but branching things that can happen to you. Which is pretty cool.
Alright, so these darts... I'm not doing management too well. But these darts are for tranking the dinosaurs, and tranking is a lot better and easier than shooting them. Obviously, you saw I like,
It's like
shot
12
them like
bullets or
12
something
times.
like that, yeah. This soundtrack is like crazy. It's like a mixture. It's like a good. All right. So imagine if the basement theme of Resident Evil 1, the director's cut, which we've played before on here. Look it up if you don't know it. And the Ring Terror's Realm music was together. I think that's the best way that I can explain that.
Yeah,
but it was good. Like, it was like the person who made the Ring Terror's Realm music, but they were like competent.
Yeah. Like, it's obviously more for atmosphere and for like freaking you out. Yeah, so it's definitely randomly generated. The last time I played it, there was an item here of something. So
damn, that's so annoying. Item. I like, in my mind, as I'm sitting here just kind of watching this, I go back and... Ooh, this is a fun part.
Alright, see you later, dinosaur. Luckily, it's one shot if you have
the large.
A good one.
So I go back and forth in my mind between this game being, honestly, kind of annoying, or... Okay, so let me explain these real quick. Or, you want to explain them real quick? So, essentially, those key, when you put those DDK discs in, it'll show you the key, and the key is essentially, you just take off the BCFGI, which leaves HEAD. Do you need the DDK, do you need the disc for it to, like, even let you do it?
Yeah, you need the disc.
Okay, but it's always the same answer every time, I'm guessing.
But it will not let you do it without it.
Survivor.
Are you from the rescue team?
Yes, I am. Do you know where I can find Dr. Kirk?
She lied.
That fool. What's he plotting now?
What are you talking about?
Here. Take this.
What's this for?
I don't know. Told me. Extremely vital.
Amazing. My favorite meme. I watched an older South Park episode recently where they like did a play on that thing, except for instead of saying anything, he just dies instantly. So it's like, take this. What's it for? Blah. Like, doesn't even like start to say it.
So another kind of awkward thing about this game is that key items, when you're in front of an item, you have to manually use them. It will not let you like.
That's slightly annoying.
Yeah. So it's a little bit. So here, what you're supposed to do is that in the main entrance, there's a memo next to a dead body that gives you the key for this. But no, thank you.
Get used to codes, and get used to more freaking key cards, and more discs and key cards. Whoa! Literally. Heh.
Alright, TX, please be nice. Did you hear Regina saying something?
Yeah, I have no idea what it was, though. It had to be something like, you gotta be kidding me. Oh my god. And in a way, the T-Rex is kind of like the nemesis in this game. Except for, it doesn't appear quite as often, but...
Alright, so this room is sort of unnecessary, but I'll show this, because it gives you an upgrade to the handgun already, because they know how bad it is. But there's also a resuscitation.
Jesus, my TV. On...
Oh my god. I think I remember this one. It's 8159. Yeah, buddy.
Ching!
Yeah, so they give you an upgrade to your awful handgun within 5 seconds, and it's still useless. Handgun custom. Just go back to the shotgun, bro. Also, if I did not trank that dinosaur in the hallway, it would enter here.
Good lord, and there'd be two of them. So, like I said, I go back and forth in my mind between this game being, like, kind of annoying, and I think you can understand why. Like, these dinosaurs are, like, way worse than any enemies in Resident Evil. Of course, there's less of them, but still. And, like, all the puzzles are, like, get El Code, remember El Codo, get El Disco. But I go half in between that and going, no, this game's actually brilliant AF.
Yeah, I like this game. It's one of those games when, like, when you're playing it room by room, you're like, oh god, this game. It's sort of like RE4, sort of. Yeah. But, like, when you, like, look back on your experience, you're like, oh, that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, RE4 is definitely the best example of if you were like, hey, remember this part? You'd be like, oh my god, that part. But then, like, you play the game and you're like, it's amazing. Or, like, you look back on and you go, it's amazing, kind of thing. Oh, you know, DDK Disc N. Oh, you know, just press that thing.
So I need the front key. Where is the front key?
Well, boys, we have ourselves a strategy guide here. Let's see if I can find it faster than him. We'll see if the internet, or is it called front key?
It's called entrance key. I found it. So.
Dang.
So it's in this room underneath a safe, but I think I need to activate the electricity, but it looks like it wasn't activated, and I don't remember why that is not the case. Okay, it's just on now.
Will you enter a number? Like, where are you supposed to find this number? No, seriously, like, where are you supposed to find this number?
Just find it on a thing.
like, you go to some random room and it's on some random panel and it's like, by the way, tell the boss that the code now is 0426. And it's like, dude, come on.
I'm gonna go offload some stuff because good old 10 old inventory spots.
Hey, at least you can pull them from 80.
It has the atmosphere, dude.
Well, also this TV, how long have this Sanyo been up? Maybe one of these years I'll be able to afford another TV. RIP. Maybe not. Oh, hey, how's everyone doing being at home for like a month straight? How's that going?
Yeah, are you enjoying our quarantine content as all the YouTube channels I follow
has so much? Well, no, like, just everyone has so much content. I'm actually surprised the other day, I don't know what time it was like, I don't know, Friday or Saturday at 2 p.m. I was like, I'm gonna put on Twitch. And, like, only 2 or 3 of the 10 or 12 people I watch were streaming, and I'm like, dude, if I was a Twitch person right now, I would be, like, ultra streaming. You know? Like, I feel like I would. Just to be like, hey, please to be donating. Or maybe people aren't donating because no one has any money. I don't know. I certainly don't.
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad either.
Rip in peace. So, that's why we play games. That's why we play Blood Will Tell. Because, you know, it reminds us of the good days of feudal Japan.
I love feudal Japan.
Where every young girl had their, like, feet taped together or whatever.
What? What are you talking about?
No, didn't you know that?
No.
It's, I don't have my phone on me, but it was like it's like how, like, ballerinas always have, like, really messed up feet. Like, what they would do is they would, like, bind their like, toes together or whatever to make their feet, like, very tiny. That's definitely a thing. I don't know what it's called, but that's definitely a thing.
Oh, so I think one of the answers for... Yeah, so... Here's this file. Oh, look. Oh, it tells me the registration number of this guy. That's actually for something completely different.
Really? And you can't even keep them? You just have to literally write them down?
Yeah, you have to write them down or just remember or go back. So, there's obviously some flaws to this game. I think some of them were intentionally designed that way and some of them unintentionally designed.